This is a tutorial on how to log into the Patient Data Vault. First, let me say a few words about the information you need to log in. When you registered or your volunteer coordinator registered you, they provided information and you received an email that had your username and password. That password, you can use the one that HVA sends to you, or you can go ahead and alter it by going to Member Services, Update Profile, and log in here with that username and password, and you can change it. You can change your password here. Any of your information, personal information, you can use your username and login to, and notice that this is the members only area. It says member login. This is not the PDV login, but this is where you'll be taken if you ever want to update your profile. So let's go back to home again. And so the information that you're provided, the password comes from HVA, and the master key, which is also required for login, you'll get from your hospice, typically from your volunteer coordinator. So two things to know is that one, the username and your password are case sensitive. You need to enter them exactly as you receive them. If they have spaces between words, or your master key can be a phrase, it could be a word, it could be a series of letters and numbers, but whatever you get from your volunteer coordinator, you need to enter it exactly as you have obtained it. And the password is also case sensitive, and that's controlled by you. And if you are the volunteer, your volunteer coordinator should not know your password. This is a regulatory requirement that you have a private password that no one else knows. And likewise, if you are the volunteer coordinator, the volunteer should never know what your password is. If you ever need to share it with if you ever need to share the password, make sure that you go in and update your profile. Go ahead and change your password so that you'll be on the up and up. Okay, so let's go ahead and go through the login procedure. The first procedure we're going to do, we're going to intentionally do it wrong so that you can see the error that comes up if you type in the wrong master key. And the other thing is that when you are having trouble, this is the most common thing that happens, is people enter the master key in incorrectly. And I'm going to give you some tips on how to do that. So those are the goals for this tutorial. So I'm assuming you're already at the Hospice Volunteer Association website. And you'll go to the menu on the left-hand side, select Patient Data Vault, and this menu will pop out to the right. And I'm assuming that I'm a volunteer when I log in, so I would select volunteers and staff. If you're the volunteer coordinator, you would select volunteer coordinator. So let's go in as a volunteer and click in the username box and go ahead and enter your username as it was given to you. Typically it's your first initial, last name, all one word. And then type in your password. And then the master key you would type into here. And I'm intentionally going to type in the wrong one. So I'm going to use this technique where I told you, well, actually, let's just go ahead and put in, I'm going to enter the password, the master key, and it's going to be incorrect. So I'm going to go ahead and check. If you check this remember password checkbox, the browser will remember your username and password, and you don't have to put that in every time. So that's okay to do that. So let's go ahead and log in, but it's going to fail. So notice that right here it says the PDV master key that you entered does not appear to be valid. So this is your tip that it's the master key instead of the password. So I'm going to go ahead and type in my password again. And then I'm going to use a tip here. I suggest doing this if you're just beginning to use the Patient Data Vault. Go ahead and put in your, type it in down here using this last name box, which is just below the login area. So I'm going to assume this is, my master key. And like I said, this could be the master key that you obtain that's sent to you. It could be a phrase like this. It could be my dog's name is Coco, or whatever. It's whatever your hospice decides. So I'm going to go ahead and type it in, and then I'm going to hold down my left mouse button and just slide across so I highlight the whole name. And now I'm going to cut that out of that box. So the way you do that is you hold the control key down and type the letter X as an X-ray, and that cuts what you've typed in. And then I'm going to click up here in the PDV master key box, and I'm going to hold the control key down and type the letter V as in Victor, and that pastes it into the field. So I'm going to, actually that was not the real master key, so I'm going to put in the right one now here. So another tip too is that, you may have your own method of keeping track of all the usernames and passwords that are required for the internet. You can also put your username and your password, the master key, into a place where, in a secure place where where you keep others, and then you could cut and paste from there. That's often what I do. So let's go ahead and log in. Okay, so we successfully logged in, and we're now at the main menu. So in this particular case, this person who logged in is also an alternate PFA, so the volunteer screen is not what came up here, but you'll get the menu on the volunteer screen is slightly shorter. One thing I'll say, it's also important to log out properly whenever you're using the Patient Data Vault. So on the menu bar, which is right here, on the far right side, there's a link, a logout link. Always use this link to log out. It will save you grief. Sometimes if you're too anxious and you use the X in the upper right corner of your browser and you close your browser before you've submitted, in the process of submitting a form, sometimes you can close the browser too soon and your data will be lost. So any problems like that will never occur if you always use the logout link when you log out. So that's what I recommend you do, and that's what we're going to do here. And so we're back to the home page. That's the end of the tutorial. Thank you.